Hi, everybody. I'm LaPedis, the garage sale millionaire, here to talk about once again about how to buy online. You know, there's a lot of great sites out there, and I'm just showing you some of the sites that I go on, and you're going to watch actually real time of how I'm buying art and what sites I'm going to find a good deal, and some tricks and little tips that I do along the way. Hopefully we can learn something and have some fun doing it as we're going along. So one of my favorite sites is shopgoodwill.com. Goodwill, everybody knows it's a great place to go to donate all your items you don't use anymore. What's going on with that is a lot of people will just go into their parents' house or their even own house and just get a whole bunch of boxes and load them up and just take them to Goodwill. That's the big problem when people do that, because they don't go into coat pockets, they don't pull out all the drawers and look for things, and things they give away, they don't even know a value of them, so they just give it to Goodwill and it's all good. They take their little write-off because it's a 501c3 and they move on. And that's where people like you and I can make money. So you can go to the Goodwill stores, where they're in almost every big town, several of them actually in towns, or you can go online and shop their auctions. Right now, my expertise is in collectibles, art, definitely, since I own an art gallery. I buy presidential autograph, coins, minerals. I buy it all if I can find a value. Now, you need to find what's comfortable for you. You can buy almost anything if it's a good deal and flip it. I don't know if you guys have ever seen me on any of my TV shows. I was on national PBS. I was also on a show on Discovery called What's America's Worth, and you can go ahead and Google that. I was one of, I think, 4 or 5 millionaires that they showed how we make money. Well, in my instance, they flew me to San Francisco and gave me $250 and wanted me to double it. And so I went to garage sales and secondhand stores, and I had to buy stuff outside my realm. I bought luggage. I bought different things that I felt was good value so I could flip it. So don't pigeonhole yourself into one thing like coins or art or tin toys. Look at a lot of things. And what I do is I use eBay and other great places on the web to see values. So right now, once again, I am on goodwill.com and looking for deals. A lot of times you're on these kind of sites and you never heard of what they're talking about. But usually everything on these sites you can find on eBay and go into completed auctions and see what it's sold for. If it's one of a kind, then you find out who the artist is and you Google it and see other art like that. Right now, I am just looking at art that they have available, and you can you got to sign in and put your information on it and just start looking at items. This item to me is interesting just because I don't know what is, okay, it's the mat. Okay, so we're looking at this mat right here, and I want you to look at the mat color and stuff like that. So what bothers me instantly about this is whoever cut this mat had the dullest mat color in the world. My God, my toenail could cut better than this. But anyway, do you see that cream color right there? There's a very good chance when you see mats that are cut and it's cream, good chance they're not acid free. If it's bright white, that means it's acid free and it protects the art from acidicness in the paper. And so that means if you ever took it apart, you'll see a brown or a yellow ring around the art, and it does hurt the art. So it's you got to be careful about that moving forward. So all this stuff around here is just a fun mat that they use, but I can't really tell, but it looks like it could be a paper mat. So that art may be ruined down the road. So I'm just looking at cool stuff to see if there's anything for me to buy. So I'm just looking along, and some of these sites you need to always keep on going on because they're always adding more stuff to it. And you never know what you're going to see. So Kobe Bryant, what a legend. So I'm just going to this and just seeing if there is anything that looks like it could be a photo of some kind and probably not have any value. You know, posters, you got to be careful when you're looking at something that it's not, that if it's a poster, you know, posters have very limited value. So always be careful what you're buying and make sure you look into the notes. You can even with Goodwill.com send messages to the different stores that have the stuff, and sometimes they'll answer you, sometimes they won't. You just need to be sure of what you're buying. So Terry Redlin, pretty well-known artist. Let's see what this is. So on this one, what I want to know for a fact is right there. I need to see a number. I need to see if it's a limited edition. And right there tells me when it was done, but I want to see a number on it. And yeah, and I don't see them. So edition number like 25/100. That tells me it is a limited edition. Right now, all I can tell you from that is it could be just a poster. And sometimes you can scroll down and you can see more information on it. And right now it gives you no information on it. And always be careful what the shipping price is. Sometimes they're very fair. Sometimes Goodwill is not fair. So, and sometimes they won't ship it. You have to pick it up where it's at. And that could cause you a problem if it's in California and you're in Washington, D.C. So just be very careful that you know how, know what it is and what the kind of the shipping is too. So this is just a bit of history, but I'm pretty sure it's just a poster. Yeah, just a poster. So nothing interesting here. But it's really fun. You put on some good music in the background and you just kind of scroll through things and you see if there's anything that you like. There'll be times that I will spend a couple hours and not find anything. I just want to show you this Beatles print. So some people may say, oh wow, this has signatures on it. And for $21, this is a good deal. And I'm going to tell you that these stuff like that, always know it's going to be a poster or they're going to be fake signatures. Any of these guys, John Lennon by himself, that signature certified is $2,000. Ringo Starr, $700 certified. So don't think this is really signed. So don't think you're getting a good deal, and just be careful you don't order it thinking, oh, maybe I know something somebody else does, because you don't. It is very rare that something like you're the only one that's going to know it's really signed and it's not. So what you're going to find out if you start to become an expert in certain things, then you can start to see nuances and stuff that, like artists that people don't know that are famous and really are famous. And that's where you have to just start studying up on whatever your collectible is. And it doesn't have to be art. It can be anything from tin toys to fly rods to fishing lures, you name it. And you find something and become an expert in it. So I am just looking at things. You always see stuff kind of draft mask wall hanging. What a weird thing. Wow. Anyway, moving on, we're going to keep on looking. We're looking, and on this page, we're not finding anything. So I'm just keep on going, and you're going to be going through a lot of these pages and maybe not seeing anything. So don't feel bad if you spend a couple hours and 50 hours and you don't find anything. But let me just show you this. We're not going to go past this one. Okay, old photos is and they're calling them tin types. This is very old photos. This is interesting because of these photos. And sometimes there's photos in here that have never been seen from, that are based on history. And so we don't really care about this person's family. Not at all. Really not at all. We're going to keep on looking. We're looking. What you want to see is something really different. And what I was looking at is right up here. But I'm pretty sure that's just, it could be a replica, but look at these photos right here. And I'm just wondering, it's just, you have to wonder, where did they get those photos? Are they rare? Are they only a few of them? Obviously, it's when we were on the moon. So those are the kind of things that sometimes you may want to take a risk on if you think they're one-of-a-kind photos. And you throw away everything else. Nobody needs pictures of somebody's family that they don't know. or you can pretend, oh, this is my family. What a wonderful, beautiful family it is. But anyway, you just want to keep on looking for that rare photo that it's of history and it's just rare. And so there was something else I wanted to show you on this one. See, some of these photos are really, really cool. This right here. Let's see if we can zoom in on this one. That right there. The only reason why I like that right there is because it could be silver, and that's what I find interesting. And if you have the feature on your computer that you can zoom in, because I always wanted to look at what does that say too. Is this guy famous in any way? You just wonder. But could that be silver? Are you willing to risk some money on it? And some of these photos are really, really old. Or could any of these people be famous? And so I'm going to go back. Now I've intrigued myself enough that I want to bid. So I'm going to place a bid. It will probably ask me to let's see if it saved my ID and stuff like that. I'm going to just bid. So it will basically, I'm going to put it in, for me it's worth, I'm going to always go odd number. I'm going to go that price. And then I'm going to bid, and then it's going to ask me to confirm my bid, my username. There we go. I have officially bid on it, and we'll see what happens. And if I get outbid, they'll email it to my email address, and off we go. I'm curious, and once again, the reason why I'm curious, I don't need any more pictures of family members that I don't know. Thanks to my cousins who send me pictures of random people that I guess they're distant cousins. I don't need any more photos. That little silver box that could have a photo in, and there was a couple other photos that I liked that could be historical. That to me is interesting. And am I willing to risk $50 on it? Absolutely. $50 to make a ton of money, or $50 to break even? Because there's a couple things in there I know I can get my money out of. And you always have to look, can you break even on it or only lose a little money? Sometimes you're going to have to take a risk, and that's okay. And I right now don't know what I just did. I hit a button and it took me to something I didn't want to go to, and now I'm bummed. So with me at this point hitting the back button, I am done for the day, and I appreciate you watching this video of me looking to find a good deal. You never know where you're going to find money. You just got to keep on looking. I'm LaPedis, the Garage Sale Millionaire. Thank you for joining me today.